Hello everyone, my name is Cameron. Welcome back to your regularly scheduled nonsense, where today we are back with more Rise of the Ronin. Quick apologies for this week kind of being a little light on content. I have been grinding the hell out of Persona 3 Portable recently, trying to get the Platinum finished. So it's kind of taken up a lot more of my time than I thought it was going to. On top of that, trying to get to level 200 last season in Fortnite before the season reset, which I did manage to actually end up getting, surprisingly. And also just, in general, really kind of being tired from work recently, and it just kind of taking a lot out of me. Today was actually my day off, and I did plan to record a lot today, and yeah, didn't end up doing that. I kind of slept instead, which was good. It was needed. My body needed it, and I'll say this: the most important thing you can do at any given time is listen to what your body is trying to tell you, and I don't do that enough. So I'm glad I took that chance to just be like, you know what, I'm gonna rest, I'm gonna relax today, I'm gonna just try to not push myself too far, and I'm feeling better because of it. So there's that. But yeah, we are back with more Rise of the Ronin. I'm playing way too many RPG games right now, guys, so I'm trying to not die inside. I will say, when we get to the point when the end of the year wrap up for PlayStation comes out, I'm probably going to be lower than I was last year. I will talk about it too when I get the chance. We'll compare my platinums from last year to this year, and I will talk about it. You know, I will talk about why I'm most likely going to be lower than the previous year. I will say part of that is because I've played like 5 RPGs this year, so you know that kind of takes a toll. Not only am I doing this, I finished Assassin's Creed Odyssey, I'm doing Persona 3 Portable, I just started another one, because, of course, the people in my Discord group for trophy hunting couldn't vote for the game that, you know, wouldn't take me 100-something hours and a lot of grinding and multiple playthroughs after I just finished Assassin's Creed Odyssey and I'm just about to finish Persona 3 Portable. No, they choose the RPG that's 100-something hours. I should have seen it coming. I put it on there. I knew it was going to be chosen. I did. I had the feeling. I thought they'd make me suffer and choose one of the other games, though. Because there was a game on there that is known for not being a bad game, per se, but from the franchise being kind of the worst of the franchise and kind of being a disgrace to said franchise. And being a fan of those games, I'm one of those people who knows that it's not a great game, and it's kind of, you know, there and pisses off a lot of the fans for good reason. Thank God I got that. There we go. Mostly because the change of the character's look was one of the biggest things that pissed people off with that game. If you guys didn't catch it before, it's DMC Devil May Cry. It was one of the other games that was on the list. And then also Mafia, because apparently I like to suffer. But yeah, unfortunately, Yakuza 0 won, and so I just started that, and I get to do so many RPGs at the same time. I'm so excited. I really need to stop burning myself with RPGs lately. I love RPGs, though. I will say, they're one of my favorite types of games to play, so I can't be too mad about it. Doesn't mean I'm not going to suffer. Thankfully, I'm pacing myself with this one, and I'm almost done with Persona 3 Portable, so at least on the bright side, I will be through them sooner rather than later. You know, I'll be into the point where I'm only potentially doing one RPG pretty soon, which is nice. But at the same time, there is a part of me that is extremely, like, tired of RPG games, and this year has really fucking been RPG heavy for me. You want money, don't you, you fucking asshole?
Farther, but I hear there are bandits in these parts. Will you be my escort?
Sure. I need the chance encounters, so.
Let us be.
But yeah, this year has been really fun for platinums. I won't lie about that. One of my favorite games of the last couple years, Dredge. I did that at the start of the year. That's how I started my year off, was getting Dredge's platinum. I've done, like I said, I've done Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I finally finished that one up. We did Pacific Drive. I've had a blast, honestly. I really have, with what I've been doing for platinums and games in general. I'm really excited to get to 175. We are one away from 160. We're about to be at 160, so we're really, really close to being done, or to being on to the next platinum journey video, which is really cool. I'm really excited for this one's platinum. Even though I know you guys probably won't see me get the platinum, you guys will at least see me get a vast majority of the trophies for this game. Yeah, no, you're not surviving there, buddy. Good. There we go. That was a pain in the ass. That guy just did not want to die. Is this where you need to go to?
From here. Here. For you.
Hell yeah. I think it's like 47 or 48. We're almost done with those. I think we should only have a couple more to do, like 1 or 2. Alright, let's now go back to where the actual quest is at. I do think once this year's up, though, or once this and Championship Scramble, because I will be getting back to Championship Scramble soon as well.
What are you doing here?
But I do think once these series are up, I might be rethinking how I'm doing YouTube.
Then be gone.
And possibly
Who goes anywhere without
falling to a less hectic schedule.
Stop and fall. You needn't concern yourself so much with my affairs.
Alright, let's see. Where am I at for chance encounters? Fucking.
Some dubious characters will be arriving shortly.
So that was number 48, so I got 2 more to go, and then we're done.
I intend to dispose of them. And the rogues will likely make their move after dark. They will dock by boat here. In any event, this is...
I mean, yeah, I might as well. I need to do this mission anyway, so. Touch the banner. Diver. Hey guys. Oh, really? Bro, I had enough precision to shoot your fucking hat off, and you still decided to try to shoot at me?
Now that I've got you involved, I may as well explain things a bit more. I have a partner, you see. We grew up together. And later, served as Satsuma retainers. That partner
Oh, I gotta go that way.
is now on the run. And our scum will betray his whereabouts. I can't ignore that.
I was like, where the fuck am I supposed to be going? And I looked, I'm like, oh, there's more land over here. And for anyone wondering, yes, technically speaking, this was supposed to be a more indie platinum year for me, and don't get me wrong, I've still done my fair share of indie games and still plan to do more indie games. I'm not done by any stretch of the imagination with doing indie games this year. I would even though this was done by a AAA PlayStation studio, I would also kind of consider this an indie game, as this is a smaller studio from what I've heard, and they are still relatively new to PlayStation. It's not like this has been a studio that's been here for a long time. This is a studio that kind of just recently, I believe, got bought. I might be wrong, or this is like one of their first big titles that they've done. But yeah, I've really been enjoying the games I've been platinuming this year, and you know, I'm really excited to do the next Platinum Journey video and talk about it. And not only that, but also the fact that a lot of the Platinums I've gotten this year have been with my friends. You know, they've been games that I'm able to play with a buddy or 2 or 3 or whatever, you know, and really get to enjoy the experience more, because for me, the best joy I get out of a game isn't just the experience of playing the game, it's how I get to play the game. Getting to play a game with a friend makes it exponentially better to me, even if it's a shitty game. And yes, I'm going to say this right now, Alex, because if you see this, I know you're going to bitch about it. Yes, I know your standpoint. My friend does not like, you know, the excuse of, well, it's better if you play it with friends, because that's still not a great reason to play the game. But at the end of the day, an experience with your buddies getting to play a game will exponentially make the game have more impact to you and be more memorable, even if it's a garbage fucking game. So yes, while, you know, games like Resident Evil 5 and 6 may be absolutely ass, you can still have great moments with them because of playing it with friends and things like that. It's not saying, oh yeah, this is perfect now and it's a fantastic game because you played with a friend. It's saying, okay, I have good memories to look back at on this game because I played it with my friends. And that to me is one of the best things you can say about a game. The game's terrible, but when I played it with my friend, I have memories that I can look back on to last a lifetime. For me, that matters so much more than just enjoying the game or the game being fantastic. Don't get me wrong, yes, I want the games I'm putting my time, money, and effort into to be good and to be a quality game. But at the same time, if it's not a great game, if it's not the best game ever, but I get to sit there and play it with a friend and enjoy that experience with a buddy, I will always still have a good memory to look back on with that game. And that means more to me than playing the best game ever, to playing the fucking highest rated AAA game of all time. Because I'll say this, Game of the Year, Elden Ring 1. I can't stand Soulsborne games. I'm not a big fan of them, never have been, never will be. But I can still value the fact that they are fun games that people do enjoy for good reason. They're not bad games, they're just not my style. I say as I'm playing a Soulsborne game. I realize that this is a Souls-like. I'm fully understanding of that point. This is not the first one I've done this year, so. Fuck you. Okay. Your fucking special Pikachu blade you got there, buddy. And for those of you wondering, no, Spider-Man 2 has not had any DLC come out yet, which is why it hasn't been back on the channel, because there's nothing to do in it. I'm not playing another playthrough of the game on channel just for a DLC trophy for being it on New Game Plus and whatever. That's not worth it for me. It's not fun for you guys to watch. You've already seen me play the full game. I don't think I really need to play it again on channel if it's just to do a second playthrough of the game. I will play through it at some point. I haven't done it yet, and that's solely just because I haven't wanted to. Not that it's bad. I really don't feel like going through it again when I'm playing so much other stuff and focusing on certain things rather than playing that again. Not that it's a bad game, but I'm just using my time to play other stuff right now. God damn it. Dude. I mean, theoretically, if I really wanted to, I could go back and play Pit Circuit Drive, because it's had new stuff added, but it hasn't been, like, story content. It's just been more things you can do with your car and stuff like that, which is cool, but at the same time, not a game, not enough reason for me to go back and play the game again. Dude, I can't see a fucking thing because I'm backed into a wall. There we go. I didn't defeat all the formidable foes. How sad.
We've taken out their leader. There should be no risk of the government discovering. Exactly that. You see, Satsuma is not as unified as it used to be. Ever since the passing of Lord Shimazu, Satsuma has been greatly... To make matters worse, my partner, Takamori Saigo, is on bad terms with our new lord. But Saigo is more than capable of defending himself. Oh, really? You too? I'm surprised to hear that. But thank you for your help today.
I like Toshimichi.
Comes, I will introduce him to you.
Toshimichi's really cool. Takanawa. Yeah, in other news, I have talked about this a couple times on the channel. I am looking for places. The hope is that by the end of the year I won't be at the house I'm in, which has also been a big factor in me not wanting to record and my mental health taking a dip multiple times this year. When you're not, I talked about this a lot, when you're not at a place that you feel like you can call home, it affects you in so many different ways that you don't fully always realize. And for me, the biggest one has always been my mental health kind of dipping a lot the longer I'm at a place I don't really like being at. And this year especially, this last year especially, it's been a lot worse because of the house having issues, me not having my own room anymore, where I don't have the room I had before to do VR games in this room, where I don't have the ability to have a mattress set up where it's not going to be in the way constantly and things like that. It's so many things that just bubbled up and boiled over this last year. And as much as I want to believe it's going to get better, I know it's not, because it's been a year that it's been like in the shape that it is. It's been 3 years that certain things have been falling apart. It's been, 6-7 years that stuff has been needing to be looked at and fixed, and it's not been. And that's, you have to, like, there's a part that you understand that, yeah, I get it, this is not perfect, because obviously it's not cheap to fix things and all that stuff, but it's like, if you fix it earlier and take care of it when the problem first arises, you spend less money, because then you don't have to fix a million other problems that compound because of this one problem. If you let 7 problems gather up into one giant problem, it's going to cost you more money than if you would have just taken care of the one problem right when it first happened. And, you know, I know I'm not a homeowner, but at the same time, like, there's a part of, okay, yeah, you're a homeowner, but you have to also realize that you're not taking care of this home, even though you say you care about it and give a shit about it. You're not taking care of it in the way that you're supposed to be. And that really just really kind of sets you off when you're being blamed for all the mistakes and you know full well that none of it is your fault because it was like that when you got here, or you know that the things that are your fault are minor compared to the things that are the fault of landlord type people. And I've said it multiple times that I don't want to rent again, but I mean, if I have to, I have to. But I'm going to say this right now. If you have the ability to potentially find a place, even if the place is not going to be your permanent home, even if it's not where you're going to set up your life finally, you know, like the be-all end-all of where you want to set your life up at. Even if that's not the plan, finding your own home rather than renting for most of your life is going to be the most impactful thing you can do to help yourself out if you have the ability to do it. I'm not saying put yourself in debt to get a house rather than rent, because that's stupid, but I'm saying if you have the ability, the financial ability specifically, to get yourself an actual house rather than sit there and put yourself in a situation where you're renting consistently for the next 15 years of your life, take it. Because while the housing market's not in a great place right now, and I'm not going to say it's in a great place because I know it's not, while buying a house, selling a house, whatever, is not in a great place, the renting market is just as bad, and people do not say that. Like, they do not, you know, give out that information as much as they should. That, oh yeah, renting's in a shitty spot too, because it's in a much, in my opinion, much worse place than buying a house. Because at the end of the day, yes, you might buy a house for more than it's worth. You may not be able to get that much back in 10 to 20 years if you decide to sell it. But at the end of the day, if you're spending 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 2,000 plus dollars on an apartment that you're renting that is very much not worth it, that is a lot of money that could be going to saving for a house down the drain, because you're paying overpriced prices for a place that isn't worth the money. And again, as somebody who's been looking at apartments and houses for like the better part of 3.5, 4 years, I know what it's like to look at those, to see the prices where they were in 2019, 2020, 2021, so on and so forth, and see where they're at now and be like, oh yeah, this is insane. These rental prices, you're getting, you know, you're spending $2,000 or more on a place that has like 1,200 square feet, 1, maybe 2 bathrooms, you know, 3 bed, 2 bath, 3 bed, 1 bath for $2,000 isn't fucking worth it. But I don't care who you are, it's not worth it. And yes, I mean, like, yeah, obviously you can say, oh, well, it's worth it to me because I have the money. It's not. It's dumb. Don't waste your money on a place that's that size for that price. It's not worth it. It will never be worth it. If you're paying $1 a square foot or more for the place that you're renting, you are not paying a good price. You're being duped. Hold up, I'll find an example here in a second after I kill this asshole. There we go. Obviously, again, if you're looking to rent, it also depends on where you're looking, the property location, how big the area is, how expensive the area is, and things like that. So I will look at 1,800 or less. and I will go click an actual, and I'm saying houses to rent, not apartments, houses. I want to specify that. Apartments are always going to be a little bit different, but house-wise, there are tons of them for rent. So this place right here actually isn't a bad deal. $1,400 for a 3-bed, 2-bath with 1,100 square feet. Now that's a trailer. Never mind. That's pretty shitty price. I mean, not bad for the size of the house. Like 3-bed, 2-bath for that price is pretty good. But here we go. Here's a good example. 1,000 square feet, 2-bed, 1-bath, $1,500 a month. Again, like I said, always matters where you look. But like that's sort of the thing is $1,550 a month, 4-bed, 2-bath, 1,500 square feet, and I guarantee you it's another trailer because I know the area. It's another trailer. And again, there's nothing wrong with living in a trailer. I've lived in trailers for my last couple of years, like my last like 10 or so years. I've lived in trailers. The last 7 or 8 years, whatever, I've lived in a trailer, and that's fine. That's perfectly fine. If it's what you can afford, it's what you can afford. Don't ever let somebody try to dog on you for where you live, because at the end of the day, you having a safe roof over your head is always the most important. And that's kind of where I'm at right now, is I realize I'm not in a place where I feel safe. I'm not in a place where I feel comfortable or like I'm wanted at the home, more or less. And that, regardless of how much work you put into yourself, regardless of how much work you're putting into your mental health from other standpoints, going home to a place that you don't feel comfortable in, that you don't feel safe at, whether it be because there is situations outside of your control that have to do with the house itself, or there are situations with the people that are in the house with you, does not matter. It will always take your mental health way down, because you'll be sitting there trying to get things done, trying to do whatever you want to do for your life, and things in the household, whether, again, outside factors like the actual house itself or inside factors like people that live with you, will always, unfortunately, kind of drag your mental state down, drag you down, and make you really not want to be there. And that's where I've been at a lot for the last year or so. Year and a half or so, year to year and a half, whatever, is I've been shown multiple times that I'm not wanted here by the family member who owns the house that we're renting. And I've been shown multiple times by said person that us having a stable living environment, a stable roof over our head and things like that is not important to him. And at the end of the day, every time I call him out for it, he makes me seem like I'm the asshole, which is bullshit, considering the amount of stuff we've done for him to help him out in the last couple months and the last year or so, with going and getting him things when he was hurt, when he had a bad injury. So it's like, okay, so we're the assholes because we're trying to do whatever we can to help you. Cool. How the fuck do I get through this one? So yeah, it's a whole thing, and hopefully by the end of the year, I will be out of this house and will not have to think about that situation anymore. Don't think I'm gonna find the perfect place, but if I feel comfortable at the place, that's all that matters to me. How the fuck do I get through this? So, yeah, don't ever let somebody else tell you how you need to feel with things. It is 1,000% your decision and your ability to make yourself happy in whatever you decide to do. How the fuck do I get through this? I'm so lost on how to get into this place. I might have to come back to this one too. Fuck. Well, I was hoping to get some more chests, but looks like we're gonna have to get through them later. But that is gonna do it for this episode, guys. I hope you've enjoyed. Sorry about the ramble at the end there. Just stuff I wanted to be able to say without having to really do a sit-down video right now. Not that I don't enjoy doing the sit-down videos, I just didn't want to do one right now. But I hope you guys have enjoyed either way. I'll see you all in the next one. Stay golden. Peace.